Alright, so I actually haven't seen anything about this just yet, so anything that I read is definitely new to me. The only thing I did hear about is that there is something about resin in this, and that's the main reason that I'm making a video on this, because I wanted to see if this is exactly what I want, because that's one of the biggest things in the game that really makes me sometimes rage and not want to play it anymore, is because it's like you have this game that wants you to grind as much as possible, and you need all of these crazy amounts of materials and artifacts and stuff to make your characters really, really good. And then they have a mechanic that tells you, okay, that's enough grinding for today. And it's not exactly a whole lot. Like, you can't grind a whole lot each day unless you're just grinding primo gems and then I guess using those primo gems to replenish your resin. But I mean, like, most people need those primo gems to get characters. So I'm hoping this fix it, but yeah, let's get right into it because I'm pretty sure this is going to be a lengthy video. Alright, so when will pre-installation come to mobile platforms? We mobile players want to play sooner when version updates drop as well. I have heard that people talk about this in Reddit forums before, but we will be releasing pre-installation on mobile devices before the version 1.3 update. This will reduce the amount of time needed to update game's resources. You can obtain the resource package from the latest version of the game from the login menu or other pre-install resource package. Okay, that works. I don't play on mobile, so I don't really know exactly like how bad it was, but I'm guessing it was pretty bad for people to ask for it. So yeah, I wish that we could hold down a button to add materials when enhancing our yes, please. I didn't even think about this change that I would want, but like every other game has that. Like, why would you not have a hold button when you have to click individually like 100 times to get some of the weapons up? It sucks. It really sucks. But yeah, you'll be able to hold down a button over the image of weapon materials to decrease the amount consumed. Thank you. That's already a great change for me because that, oh my, that just annoys me so much. Would like to use controllers on iOS devices. Dang, they weren't already. I thought that was already available to most mobile devices. Dang. Usually games are pretty accessible to controllers. The developers have heard your cries. From version 1.3 onwards. Devices that have had the operating systems upgraded to iOS 14 or higher will now support the Xbox controller, Xbox Elite controller, PlayStation 4 controller, and iOS specialized controllers. Okay. I mean, I really thought they already had that, but that's, if they didn't, that's a cool thing to have. I wish that we could have the ability to convert materials. What is this? What do you mean by, like, convert? See, to say more on that, I would have to know convert what to what. Like, I don't know how that's gonna work, but the upcoming material conversion function will go live in version 1.3, is already in development. Stay tuned for future official announcements regarding the required materials and rules behind this function. Hey, I'll look forward to it. It sounds exciting, but I don't really understand exactly what it is. Like, I know conversion, but what exactly would I want to convert? Like, I'm trying to think of something that I would convert into something else. I guess some certain ascension levels materials that I'll change into different ones, I guess, maybe? I don't know. Will electro-charged reactions triggered by Rainsword or Oz still trigger Fischl's talent undone by the Sinful Hex when neither Xingqiu nor Fischl is on the field? I'm guessing this is no, because, yeah, no, it will not. Undone by the Sinful Hex will only occur when your current active character triggers an electro-related elemental reaction. In other words, your active character must use their own attacks or skills to trigger that electro-related elemental reaction for Undone by the Sinful Hex to take effect. Examples of this include Barbara's normal attack, Child's normal attack when using Foul Legacy Raging Tide, and Lisa's normal attack, and so on. Additionally, we have found that if Oz is repositioned using an elemental skill while he is on the field, the effect of Undone by Sinful Hex might be lost. Okay. I haven't used Fischl in a while. So, I probably haven't used Fischl since the first few months of Genshin Impact. So, I don't know a whole lot about this. But it sounds like that may have been a decent problem for anyone that's trying to main Fischl or just trying to use these two characters as supports. Even like that sounds like that would be kind of annoying. All right, so why can't the Fatui, Animal Boxer, and Vanguard counter Geo attacks any longer? I'm guessing that's because, I mean, Geo doesn't have reactions to anything. So, the design of animal abilities was intended to mostly react other than itself with basically any other element. This is in line with the design of animal character abilities and the swirl reaction. When the Animal Boxer Vanguard was first released, we did not take this principle into account and designed it as such. We removed the Animal Boxer Vanguard's Geo counter mechanic in version 1.2 due to an oversight on our part. This change was not affected in announcements on time. We apologize for any inconvenience that may have caused you. Okay, so yeah, basically because Geo doesn't react to anything, but it looks like they're trying to fix it though, so that's cool. I didn't have that problem yet, so that's something I can't really talk too much about. Why does Ganyu's talent, Harmony Between Heaven and Earth, not affect the elemental burst that activates it? I don't know if I'm reading that wrong, but that sounds like it kind of answers itself, because you have to use your elemental burst to activate it, don't you? By the time Harmony Between Heaven and Earth is activated, Ganyu's elemental burst would already have been unleashed. As such, it will not be affected by this buff. Yeah, I was about to say, like, yeah, that's kind of just how it works. You have to put it there for the buff to be activated. You can't just buff your own elemental burst. Yeah, that would be kind of OP. That would be OP, because you would literally be getting a huge buff for absolutely no reason. All right, so here's the resin one. I would like to have more original resin. Please fix this for me. Alright, all events in 1.3 that do not require challenging leyline, outcrops, or domains will not consume original resin. The vast majority of large-scale events in future versions will also not consume original resin. That already fixes it for me. Because that's the main thing, is when I want to farm for artifacts. So I can just farm for the Blizzard Strayer now, for my Chongyun build. That works out. Because that's one of the biggest things, is that when I don't have a whole lot to do on the game, but all I want to do is build up a new character or whatever, and I have to stop grinding for the artifact because I ran out of resin, it just annoys me and I end up getting off earlier than I ever would. But if I have a way to just continuously farm for that until I get a decent one, I promise you I'll grind a decent amount of time. So that 100% saves it for me, because for a lot of people this will make them stop playing Genshin Impact, because they don't have like the luxury of like choosing when they can do this. They need to get on and do it. Like, but yeah, 100% this helps me. I know this helps a lot of people that are also casual players that don't really, have the primo gems to replenish, or the money, spending actual money on this. And I don't spend like 8 hours a day playing this, so I can't really just farm for primo gems like that, because I mean, I don't get paid to play Genshin Impact like the other YouTubers and stuff, so I don't play that much really. If I'm not recording, I'm usually not playing Genshin Impact. But yeah, our BP, battle pass changes. Our BPs will be adjusted from version 1.3 onward to have additional fragile resin awards. I don't know why they didn't have fragile resin in the BP in the first place. I always thought that was weird. They had like some materials that nobody really needed, but wouldn't put that in there. But the battle pass and Gnostic him will obtain fragile resin ×1 per 10 levels, starting from level 5. Replacing the Mystic Enhancement Horse that was originally there. This will not change the total amount of Mystic Enhancement ore gained through the BP. These Mystic Enhancement ores will instead be distributed amongst other levels. That works out. That definitely works out, because I feel like Enhancement was it the... I'm trying to make sure that those are the ones I'm thinking about. Yeah, the enhancement ores I definitely don't need those. I feel like that's the one material in the game that I always have plenty of, because unless you're just going into your inventory and upgrading every weapon you could possibly get, you're going to have a decent amount of these. Because, I mean, I guess if you use a lot of different characters that don't use the same type of weapon, but my main DPS characters have always been Claymore users, so I usually just switch the same weapon to different characters. But yeah, 100% that the resin part, 100%. This literally saves the game for a lot of people. This saves the end game for a lot of people, because a lot of people didn't really know what to do, because you kind of just like get on, you get that until you run out of resin, and then you're just sitting there like, dang, what am I supposed to do? Like, the game basically just told me, okay, you're too much grinding for today. So it's like what am I, why would I play a game that is literally purely for grinding, that tells me to stop grinding? But yeah, either way, let me know in the comments how excited you are for this, or if this saves the game for you, if this is a big deal, or if it's just like whatever. But yeah, 100%, this is a huge change for me personally. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.